Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon, and that includes myself. How you guys doing today on this Saturday afternoon, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time? For me, well, let's just say that it was kind of pleasant. I mean, like I got so absorbed into my work, and it felt so well. I don't know. I don't know what's the word to describe it, but it felt like time had just passed. Yeah, every time when I did it. I mean, I was working on a globe that I just took a picture of, my 3D globe, and put it into Blender. But so far, I am stuck on some things. But that is for another time. But right now, well, although we are going to get to the weather, folks, but however, I found out that the stream, well, I mean the Kingdom Hearts, well, the PlayStation hasn't really opened yet. So if you could, please give me a moment, folks, while I set things up on my end. All right. So let me type in the chat real quick just to give people who are just tuning in, just to give them an update while I'm streaming. All right. I'm gonna mute the mic. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, folks, but things are not really good with the PlayStation right now. For some reason, even though it's plugged in, but I don't know, it just won't uh, pick up. Well, yeah, I'm so sorry about that, folks. Turns out, something's not right with the PlayStation. I mean, it's complete. I mean, it's not this. It's not the stream. It's just the PlayStation itself. It won't show on my end. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, folks, but for some reason the PlayStation won't respond. It's gonna. You know what? How about this, folks? In about probably another minute or two, if this doesn't act up, then I'm just gonna go ahead and do the weather discussion and maybe a little bit of Minecraft just to change gears. Alright, folks, it's official. The PlayStation is screwed up. So that means that Kingdom Hearts. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm not seeing on my end, folks. I mean, if there is, then it should pick up right about now. But so far, I am not getting anything. Okay, so, you know what? I've had enough. It's time that I change things around, so I'm gonna change the name of the stream to, back to Minecraft. It's gonna be episode 51 of Mushroom City in Minecraft, so we might have to switch gears. I know that everyone wants something fun, but unfortunately Kingdom Hearts has been canceled today because of the stream. It's so annoying, but unfortunately it is what it is. Because it doesn't want to behave today. Doesn't want to act so appropriately. Oh. It's actually episode 50. Alright. It's horrible, folks, but what can I do? Check it one more time, and then that's it. Alright, folks, I've had enough. Let's go back to the weather. But I just need to do one more thing, and that is for me to open up Minecraft. Let me just type in the chat, just so that everyone is caught up right now. Yep, there you go. Kingdom Hearts 2 is canceled because of the PlayStation not working. Now we're only left to deal with Minecraft. Shop. Okay, so we'll deal with that. But let's just talk about the weather. I don't know. I'll try to make this as fast as possible. But let's see what we got. Okay, so we got 4 severe thunderstorm warnings in Indiana, Ohio, North Carolina, and Canada. And we have 18 flash flood warnings in Pennsylvania, Virginia, Oklahoma, Louisiana, New Hampshire, Ohio, Tennessee, Maryland. I think I already said Virginia. Yeah, I did. West Virginia and North Carolina. We have 5 special marine warnings in Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. We have 24 special weather alerts in Mississippi, Ohio, Indiana, Texas, New Mexico, North Carolina, Colorado, Florida. I think I said Missouri, Indiana, Arkansas, think I already said Louisiana, Texas, Kentucky, and probably South Carolina if I haven't mentioned that. And there is one tornado warning, but it's in Canada. 21 non-precipitation active weather alerts, 7 are extreme heat warnings, 3 dense fog advisories, and 11 air quality alerts, 31 flood warnings, and 3 red flag warnings. We're not gonna do the whole searching for a tornado in Canada. I mean, I don't think Canada will allow us to give us the capability to find tornadoes there. I mean, I could if I want to, but it's just that's beyond the scope of this stream. I mean, this is a national weather discussion, not an international or transcontinental or across North American type of a stream national weather discussion. I mean, hold on. All right, I think we've had enough. Now let's go to the northeast. Let's just try to make this as brief as possible. Okay, plenty of rains throughout the interior parts of the northeast with a flash flood warning south of Scranton. Maine is mostly clear though. And going to the mid-Atlantic, plenty of storms popping up throughout Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, even northern New Jersey, with flash flood warnings and just close to Washington, D.C., in the northern part of Virginia, and just northwest of the District of Columbia. And there is flash flood warning north of Frederick. I'll make that 2 flash flood warnings just south of and east of Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. There is 1 flash flood warning east of Parsons, West Virginia. It's all because you just have a line of pop-up thunderstorms in the eastern part of the state, as well as ones approaching the state capital, West Virginia. Excuse me. Now we go to North Carolina, where there are plenty of flood warnings, special weather statements, and a severe thunderstorm warning there. And it's all because you have plenty of thunderstorms throughout much of the Carolinas. Georgia, too, they have a special weather marine warning just off of Savannah. In Tennessee, from what it looks like, they have 1 flash flood warning and a special weather statement just southwest of Harriman, Tennessee. Much of the action is in the eastern part of the state, as you can see. Then we go to Alabama, Mississippi, where parts of 2 states, like southern Mississippi, getting some clusters of thunderstorms, especially throughout northern Alabama, like Birmingham, Jackson. They're getting some storms going, especially in the southwestern part of Alabama, and even the western panhandle of Florida. Go to the rest of the state, where there are plenty of rains throughout much of the Atlantic side of Florida. There were just some cloud showers and storms throughout the Gulf side, but although there is a flash flood warning in Naples, Florida, but for the most part that's only there. But along I-95, much of a long stretch of highway from Jacksonville down towards Miami, they're getting storms going, especially just right around the Keys, near Key West, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Well, there are flood warnings just to the east of Little Rock. Special weather statement in the eastern sides of Louisiana and Arkansas. Though much of each state, they do have thunderstorms going. Texas, they do have lots of storms throughout much of the Lone Star State, from San Angelo all the way towards Beaumont, Texas, especially Dallas-Fort Worth, but they're getting a break in some storms with another round that's about to be on the way in about an hour or so. And it's all because you have a cold front, a stationary front, I should say, all across New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and all the way towards towards Missouri, where it becomes a cold front, all the way till the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Oklahoma, well, there are special weather statements in Texas and Oklahoma. There are some flash flood warnings throughout the central part of the state of Oklahoma. Go to the Ohio Valley, where there are lots of storms throughout the region, with severe thunderstorm warnings in Indiana and Ohio. Special weather statements in Kentucky as well, and as well as Ohio and Indiana. There's flash flood warning just to the north of Columbus. Illinois, well, much of Illinois, they've been cleared. Just a few showers on the northern parts of the state, but the southern tip of the state, they got some thunderstorms that are still present from Effingham all the way to Camp Girardeau in Missouri. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Just keep in mind, folks, there is a special marine warning just to the northeast of Cleveland, and air quality alerts throughout the Great Lakes region, but none in Chicago. But there are air quality alerts throughout much of Wisconsin. Yet cold front is passing through places like Springfield, Chicago, Milwaukee, and Escanaba, Michigan, Green Bay. They got a cold front that just passed by. Minnesota, well, they're mostly clear. There's still a flood warning still present throughout the southern part of the state, but it's still there for some reason. Yet on the northeastern part of Minnesota, some clusters of thunderstorms there, but nothing widespread though. Though there are some air quality alerts in the southern half of the state, including Minneapolis, St. Paul. Go to Iowa, eastern part of the state. Flood warnings are there. Otherwise, it's nice. There's also a flood warning in northeastern Missouri. A cold front and the stationary front are located in the central part of the state. Southern part of the state, they're getting a couple of thunderstorms passing through to the east, and just a few in the northern part of the state, but nothing widespread though. Go to Kansas, where there are lots of storms. Flash flood warnings are in effect in south and southeastern parts of Wichita. Wichita, I mean. But regardless, rainfall, storms are moving towards the east right now generally. Nebraska, quite clear. The Dakotas, mostly clear. Just a few clouds passing through North Dakota. And some of them may have showers. Otherwise, just a few clouds passing by through places like Williston and Minot, North Dakota. To the northern Rockies, there is a red flag warning in the northeastern part of Montana. Otherwise, it's quite clear for the most part in Idaho and Wyoming. Pop-up showers and storms in the Rockies and Colorado heading southeast, with two special weather statements in the south central part of the state. Moving towards New Mexico, stationary front moving towards Texas. Then you have Utah and Nevada, both experiencing less precipitation, just some spotty areas of clouds and showers though, particularly in southwestern Utah and central Nevada. Otherwise, it's quite clear, but places like Washington County, where you find St. George, Utah, extreme heat warnings, especially Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is. Extreme heat warnings are in effect, especially in the Grand Canyon. Expires in 99 hours and 35 minutes. It's going to be super hot for a long time, though. Plenty of storms in the eastern part of Arizona, heading towards the south-southeast. Otherwise, it's quite dry, though. Pop-up thunderstorms from Flagstaff all the way towards Silver City, New Mexico. Then we have another extreme heat warning in Death Valley. California is quite dry, just some few areas of thunderstorms in the Sierra Nevadas, just to the east and northeast of Sacramento. Extreme heat warnings are also in effect in northwestern California. Elsewhere, it's quite dry. Go to the Pacific Northwest, where there are extreme heat warnings in the southwestern part of Oregon. And there's also dense fog advisories in Oregon, northwestern Oregon, just offshore though. And there is a red flag warning in the center part of Washington state, but precipitation wise, there's none. Yeah, let's go here. But this time I really need to shorten my weather discussion because, last night I couldn't even catch my breath. And also I was so thirsty. Hold on a minute, folks. Alright, so what do we have here? So we do have winds blowing up to 20 miles an hour, though in places like the coastal part of southern tip of Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts, and even the Long Island Sound, winds blowing up to 25 miles per hour, especially in the Delaware Bay Area, where it's between Delaware and New Jersey. Winds overall, they're moving towards the north. West Virginia, winds are coming from the southwest, but the coastal parts of the northeast, from Virginia Beach all the way towards Maine, winds are coming offshore. They're coming from the ocean, heading north. Temperature-wise in New England, they are in the 70s to mid-80s. Upstate New York and Pennsylvania, temperatures are in the mid-70s to low 90s. The greater New York City area, temperatures range from the upper 70s to low 80s. Then you have, and you have the Mid-Atlantic consisting of Maryland, Delaware, Virginia. You have temperatures that are in the mid-70s to upper 80s. Though West Virginia, temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s. Then you go down south towards the southeast specifically. You have somewhat light and variable winds, but winds overall, they're generally blowing towards the northeast. And you have stronger winds blowing up to 20 miles an hour. While in the coastal part of the Carolinas, they're blowing around 20 miles an hour, even in the Outer Banks. Moving towards the northeast for the most part, but in the eastern part of North Carolina, winds are moving just towards the north, though, in general, but some places they don't have northward winds. Tennessee, well, you're seeing winds moving towards the northeast up to 25 miles per hour, particularly in the western half of the state. Georgia, you have eastward winds moving at about up to 20 miles an hour, but a little lighter in the eastern half of the state. Then Alabama, Mississippi. So Alabama winds are moving towards the east at up to 20 miles an hour. Mississippi towards the north. Though both Mississippi and Alabama on the coastal side, winds are coming from the Gulf, though. We've got temperatures in the Carolinas. They are in the 80s to low 90s. Georgia, upper 70s to mid 90s. Tennessee, temperatures are in the 80s to mid 90s. Alabama, Mississippi, temperatures are in the mid 80s to mid 90s. Florida, Florida, well, you're seeing somewhat light and variable winds throughout much of the state, but the Panhandle winds are generally blowing towards the northeast up to 20 miles an hour there. Key West, winds are moving towards the west at up to 20 miles an hour. Temperatures all across the state, they're in the mid 80s to mid 90s. Arkansas, Louisiana, you have winds coming from the Gulf, but blowing towards the northeast as it approaches Arkansas. And they're blowing up to 20 miles an hour. Some places maybe a little higher, like northeastern Arkansas and west central Louisiana. Temperatures in both states, they are in the 80s to mid 90s. Texas and Oklahoma, let's see what we got. So, somewhat light and variable winds throughout parts of the Panhandle of Texas, though western Texas winds are moving towards the west at about up to 25 miles an hour, but southern and even eastern northeastern Texas winds are generally blowing towards the north, but places like San Angelo and Odessa winds are moving towards the northwest. And in the southern parts of Texas, they're blowing up to 30 miles an hour. Oklahoma, you have winds in the south side blowing from the south towards the northeast up to 20 miles an hour. Panhandle winds are coming from the northeast at up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Northeastern corner, light and variable though. Temperatures in Oklahoma, they are in the mid 70s to mid 80s. The western parts of Texas, including the Panhandle and western tips, temperatures are in the mid 70s to low 90s. In the southern part, temperatures are in the mid 80s to mid upper 90s. And the eastern part of Texas, temperatures are in the 80s. Let's go to the Ohio Valley, where winds are generally blowing towards the northeast, though Illinois, winds are coming from the west-northwest. Kentucky, and even parts of Indiana and Ohio, they're blowing up to 25 miles an hour. Elsewhere, in Ohio, up to 20 miles an hour. Elsewhere, also up to 20 miles an hour. Temperatures in Kentucky, they are Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, especially in Illinois, temperatures are in the 80s to low 90s. I know that's just me being super lazy, but, I'm just thinking about my health. Anyway, let's just get going to Michigan. You have in Wisconsin, winds are coming from the west, shifting towards the northeast at up to 25 to 30 miles an hour in most places, but others somewhat light though. And we had temperatures in the lower part of the peninsula. You have temperatures that are in the mid 70s to low 80s. Upper Peninsula, mid 60s, mid 70s, Wisconsin 70s. Minnesota and Iowa, winds are coming from the west-northwest, though Minnesota blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. But in Iowa, it's a little lighter there. Temperatures in Minnesota and in Iowa, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s, going down to Missouri and Kansas and Nebraska, where Missouri, you have winds coming from the northwest, shifting towards the east, but somewhat light and variable in the west central part of the state. Winds throughout the other parts of the state, they're blowing up to 20 to 25 miles an hour. Kansas, you have a surface high pressure center in both northern Kansas. In northern Kansas, which means that winds on the eastern side, they're coming from the north, shifting towards the west, and then back to the north on the western side. In Nebraska, winds are coming on the western side of Nebraska. Winds are coming from the south, shifting towards the east, and then back towards the south on the eastern side. Well, they're very light and variable in the central part of the state of Nebraska. Let's see what we got for temperatures. In Missouri, you have temperatures that are in the 80s. And in Kansas, temperatures in Nebraska, temperatures will be in the low 70s to mid 80s. Now we go to the Dakotas. In the Dakotas, winds are actually coming from the southwest, shifting towards the east, moving at about 20 to 30 miles an hour in most places, but other places somewhat light though. Temperatures in the Dakotas, they are in the mid 70s to low 80s. Let's go to the Northern Rockies. Winds in 3 states, they're generally blowing towards the east, blowing up to 30 miles per hour throughout each part of the state, particularly southern Idaho, much of Montana, and even some parts of Wyoming. But elsewhere, where there are lighter winds, they're in central Idaho, southwestern Montana, and eastern and even north Wyoming. Temperatures throughout Montana, they are in the hold on a minute. Temperatures in Montana, they are in the mid 70s to low 90s. Idaho temperatures are in the 70s to low 90s. Wyoming temperatures are in the mid 70s to mid 80s. Then we go down towards the Great Basin states and the Rockies. So what do we got here for Colorado? Winds on the eastern side, they're blowing towards the north up to 25 miles per hour. Western side, winds are coming from the northwest at up to 30 miles an hour. In Colorado, though in between, it's just the Rocky Mountains. Utah, winds are generally blowing from the northwest, some places up to 30 miles an hour, elsewhere lighter. Nevada, you get northern half of the state, winds are coming from the north in general, but becoming lighter though, but the maximum sustained winds is up to 25. Southern half, winds are coming from the south, blowing up to 30 miles an hour, particularly near Las Vegas. The temperatures in Colorado, they range from 71 in Colorado Springs to 97 in Grand Junction. Utah, temperatures in Utah, they range from 84 in Logan to 104 in St. George. Nevada, temperatures in the northern half of the state, temperatures are in the upper 80s to low 90s, mid 90s, and southern half, mid 90s to upper hundreds. New Mexico, eastern half of the state, winds are moving generally towards the north at up to 20 miles an hour, but in western half, winds are blowing towards the east, shifting towards the south. In some places, they're blowing up to 30 miles an hour. Elsewhere, it's quite light. Arizona, winds are coming from the Gulf of California, shifting towards the east, though. Some places up to 30 miles an hour. Temperatures all across New Mexico, they are in the upper 80s to low 90, mid 90s. Arizona, you get temperatures ranging from alpine at 79 degrees to 106 in both Yuma and Phoenix. Then we go towards California, where California, much of the winds are light in many places, but the Bay Area, well, just to the east of the Bay Area, the winds are up to 30 miles per hour, especially north of LA, northwest of Bakersfield. And from what it looks like on the coastal side, winds are blowing onshore towards the Sierra Nevadas and Death Valley. Temperatures in California, 71 in San Diego, 106 in Dio, Bakersfield, Fresno, 84 in LA. Temperatures in the Bay Area, they're in the 80s, 97 in Sacramento, 104 Chico, 107 Redding, and 64 in Eureka. Go to the Pacific Northwest, where winds in Washington State, they're blowing towards the east, some places up to 30 miles an hour, other places just light. But on the coastal, well, we'll just get to that in a few seconds. Oregon, winds are blowing towards the southeast in general, but some places up to 25 miles per hour. But on the coastal parts of both states, They're blowing up to 30 to 35 miles per hour down south. Wind gusts. Plenty of gusts, just up to 40 miles an hour in places like Indiana and Michigan, and as well as northern Arkansas and Alabama, Tennessee, up to 40 miles an hour in southern Texas, up to 30 to 40 in the Rockies, Great Basin, northern Rockies too, Cascades, and along the beaches of the Pacific Northwest, maybe up to 50 miles an hour in southwestern Oregon. All right. Now, what about humidity? Plenty of humidity in the Great Lakes region, in the Catskills, parts of New England, northern New England, I should say. South Carolina and the Georgia coast, especially northeastern Florida. Southern Illinois, the Ozarks, parts of Texas on the southeastern corner of the state. And we got rainfall accumulation. So what do we have for an estimate? Well, not much, no more than an inch in many places where there is going to be rain in the northeast, down south towards Florida, especially the mid-Mississippi Valley, and as well as the Ohio Valley, parts of the Great Lakes region too. Southern plains, probably between 2 to 4 inches of rain in many places, but not widespread though, but it just differs based on where there's going to be heavy rain. Now let's go here. Just refresh the page. Let's assume that this is right now. Alright, so what do we have here? Let's see the chat real quick. Okay, so what do we have? We have a trough located over Lake Superior, another trough over Oklahoma. There's even a large upper level high located in Southern California, and a ridge over the Northeast, and as well as another one in the Pacific Northwest, which means that we're dealing with wet weather in the Great Lakes region down towards Oklahoma. Now, what about in 24 hours, which is Sunday night? We do have a trough located over the Great Lakes to Mississippi Valley. Then there's going to be a ridge just over the Rocky Mountains and off of Maine, which means that there's going to be plenty of strong weather in places like Oklahoma, up towards Michigan, Great Lakes region, and especially upstate New York and northern New England. Hold on a minute, folks. Deeply sorry about that, folks. All that outside noise is really annoying. Yeah, I already discussed all of this before, the noise. Now we move on to Monday night, where there isn't much going on there, though there is going to be a trough located just north of Washington State. An upper level high pressure system will occur over California and off California too, which means there could be some wet weather in some places in California, particularly in northern California and the northern Nevada, as well as there is going to be a very flat trough, a small trough, but not significant though, occurring in northern New England, but like I said, it's not much that we're dealing with because it's kind of flat. And storms are not going to be too dramatic, though. Then we move on towards Tuesday night, where there's going to be a flat ridge building up over the Great Lakes region. And a trough will be formed in northern Idaho, and it'll reach down towards northern California, which means wet weather will occur throughout the northern Rockies, parts of the Great Basin too, and as well as the upper Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes region, but it's not too significant though, folks. Now we go down, we go change the scene real quick to here. Now what do we got? Okay, let's talk about the models right now. We start off with temperatures. What we got for tomorrow, we got plenty of warm lows throughout the south, the east coast, desert southwest, and even Central Valley, California. Chilly temperatures throughout the Rockies. Tomorrow night, a lot of hot temperatures throughout the south, the Great Lakes, the Great Plains, I mean, and much of the west too. By Monday morning, hello Ekamoth, how are you? Yeah, so Ekamoth, right now, okay, so I was gonna stream Kingdom Hearts, but the unfortunate part was that my PlayStation screwed up. And I did turn it on. I checked the plugs and even the connection. It turned out it's not working. I mean, it's on, but it's just that I just can't see it. I even checked the HDMI port. I checked the cables, everything. So, did you get any sleep, Ekamoth, by any chance? Not very good. My parents being mean. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ekamoth. Oh, yeah. It sounds awful. I mean, I just hope that you do. Oh, that makes you feel very happy from. That'll distract you from the horribleness. For right now, I'm fine, except for, the PlayStation. So, yeah, the PlayStation won't cooperate with me. I'm only going to be playing Minecraft instead. So, what do we got for Sunday morning? Sunday morning, there is going to be. Well, Monday morning, there's gonna be plenty of warm lows throughout the south and the Mid-Atlantic, as well as the desert southwest, northern California. Chilly weather, chilly temperatures in the Colorado Rockies. By Monday night, plenty of hot weather throughout the south, the Great Plains, especially the desert southwest, Great Basin, leeward side of the Cascades too. What about Tuesday morning? So by Tuesday morning, there is going to be plenty of warm lows throughout much of the south, particularly in the southeast and the desert southwest too. Warm lows occurring in the upper Mississippi Valley. So if Echo Moth, if you wanna talk to me about what's going on, and I'm here for you. But if you don't want to, I understand. And by Tuesday night, there's going to be a lot of hot weather all across lower Mississippi Valley, southern plains, including Texas, and especially the central plains. The Dakotas will get chilly, along with Montana. Plenty of hot weather throughout the desert southwest. And pretty much the rest of the west, I mean, except for the Rockies. They're going to get really cold temperatures, though. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. Okay, so let's see what we got for humidity for tomorrow morning. So by tomorrow morning, there's going to be plenty of humid weather all across the East Coast, the Ohio Valley, parts of the Great Lakes region, as well as the South, and even as well as the Central Plains, and also parts of the much of the West Coast too. Oh yeah, and parts of the desert Southwest as well. By tomorrow night, a lot of excessive humidity throughout the East Coast, the South, the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region, as well as much of the Great Plains, the Mississippi Valley, and the West Coast. A little bit in the desert Southwest, though, and the Northern Rockies, but it's not significant, though. And what we have here for Monday morning, plenty of humidity all across the East Coast and the South, Ohio Valley, Great Lakes region, Mississippi Valley, and much of the Great Plains region, and a little bit left over in the West Coast, and a little bit of buildup in the desert Southwest, though. By Monday night, plenty of humidity throughout the southeast coast, anywhere east of the Rockies, though not in the western half of the Great Plains, though. There's still humidity that's left over throughout the West Coast. Tuesday morning, a lot of moisture east of the Rockies, though, and especially parts of the desert Southwest too. And finally, east of the Rockies, they're getting a lot of moisture, except for the western half of the Great Plains region and the parts of the Dakotas, like North Dakota. And just a little bit of moisture in the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest, even a little bit in coastal Southern California and the desert Southwest too. Now let's talk about Cape for tomorrow morning. Plenty of convection throughout the Gulf Coast, parts of the Mid-Atlantic. We get a little bit of convection going, especially the rest of the South, and even the interior Northeast, and the parts of the Sierra Nevadas too. Then we move on to tomorrow night. There's a lot of convection all across much of the South, though, but spotty, though, especially just some in the Ohio Valley. Plenty of convection in the Great Plains region, a little bit in the interior Northeast, Pacific Northwest, and Northern Rockies, especially desert Southwest and Colorado Rockies, especially the Sierra Nevadas. Then we see for Monday morning. So what do we got for Monday mornings? My Monday morning, there's going to be plenty of convection in the Gulf Coast, some in the southeast, a little bit in the Great Plains region, and as well as the Ohio Valley, the rest of the South, all the way towards upstate New York and the Adirondacks. It's a little bit in the desert southwest, though, but not too significant. Monday night, plenty of convection. The Gulf Coast, especially the upper Mississippi Valley, northern plains, as well as much the rest of the East Coast, Ohio Valley, the interior South. Tuesday morning, plenty of convection, but mostly offshore along the Gulf Coast. Good amount along the East Coast, as well as the rest of the South. Ohio Valley, it's looks like you drawn silly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way that some places they do have like convections in one place to another, and sometimes how we connect the dots. I don't know if you ever watched Ed, Edd n Eddy, but there was this funny scene where Ed just connect the dots, and the dots happen to be his zits. See, it's a boat. If you haven't seen it, that's a show from like a long time ago, like since the early 2000s. I used to watch a lot of that when I was a kid. It was like my favorite childhood show back in those days. Okay, so what do we got? Finally, what we have for Tuesday night. I don't know if we had it here. I don't know if we had it here. Yeah, like I said, it's like early 2000s. That's like it's like decades ago. You know, like as in like right before your time. Sorry about that. We got plenty of convection all across the Mississippi Valley, parts of the Great Plains, and even parts of the Great Lakes region. So that's going to be something, you know. But right now, it's not really too optimistic. I mean, you know, because you had this flat line of ups of the jet stream, which indicates somewhat of like boring weather. I mean, even if there are severe weather there, but it's not going to be as too dramatic as let's say a jet stream that's dipped down in some parts of the continent or a country. Like you have a dip in the jet stream in the Great Plains, which can lead to severe weather on the eastern half of that dip. That's responsible for causing so many tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, hail, damaging winds, and even scary lightning. But just a little bit in the northeast and southeastern part of the United States, parts of Texas too. Just a little bit of convection, but not as much as in the central part of the country, like the Mississippi Valley. Now we talk about radar. Any rain? Parts of the northeast will get some spotty showers, clouds, a few storms here and there, especially the south, but it's much worse in the southern plains in Texas, especially Missouri, and some stray clouds and showers on the west coast, some parts of the west coast, I should say, by tomorrow night. Plenty of storms start building up in many parts of the east coast, especially the Ohio Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, and a little bit of clouds and showers in some parts of the south, especially Texas, in New Mexico and Colorado. Storms will be there, and a few clouds and showers in the Great Basin, Northern Rockies too. Then we move on to Monday morning. So by Monday morning, a few clouds and showers throughout the Northeast and the Ohio Valley too, and the parts of the Southeast. But Florida, they're going to get a lot of storms, especially Southern Plains, and just a few clouds and showers offshore and near in some places on the West Coast, and especially in the Colorado Rockies and New Mexico. Some places though. And what do we have for Monday night? Monday night, there's going to be a lot of storms throughout the East Coast, especially in the Southern Plains, Texas, all the way towards the mid-Mississippi Valley, the Rocky Mountains too, the Desert Southwest, and Great Basin too, and as well as the Northern Rockies. Now, what about Tuesday morning? So by Tuesday morning, what we have here, more storms left over on the East Coast, especially the Southern Plains and mid-Mississippi Valley. The Dakotas getting a lot of storms, especially Montana, and even a few clouds and showers along the West Coast in the morning. And Great Basin might get some clouds and showers. And finally, Tuesday night, you get plenty of clouds, showers, and storms throughout some places on the East Coast, but more notably on the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic, especially in the Mid-Mississippi Valley, and more storms in the Dakotas, Upper Mississippi Valley too, the Rocky Mountains, Montana, Great Basin too. Get a lot of storms going. Alright, so we reached the end of the weather discussion. Alright, now Echo Moth and even everyone else, I deeply apologize for the inconvenience. If you were here, Echo Moth, at the beginning of the stream, I mean, if you do look back, I wasted about probably up to 11 to 12 minutes of the stream trying to fix the PlayStation just to play Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I know I've broken that promise to you guys of me playing Kingdom Hearts for you guys last night. Well, the promise that I was gonna last night that I was gonna play you guys Kingdom Hearts today, but unfortunately, the PlayStation console is forcing me to break that promise. So I deeply apologize for that, folks. And maybe tomorrow I'll play Kingdom Hearts for you guys just to make it up to you. But if it's still not going to work, then I'm afraid that Kingdom Hearts will have to wait a while until I can get a PlayStation 5 of my own. But however, that may not be within my budget because currently I'm on a very strict budget because I have a new car and it requires a lot of money, and especially rent and other bills. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not going to go further into how much I make and stuff because that's a private matter. All right, so anyway, let's just change this to the radar and play this for you guys, and let's play Minecraft. Let me change the scene to here. Shop for your elders. I have helped out my parents today, which is good. Well, we are playing Minecraft. It is 7:04 p.m. everyone in the stream. Welcome. This is Marlon here. This is episode 50 of Mushroom City in Minecraft. Originally, this was supposed to be Kingdom Hearts 2, but the PlayStation doesn't want to cooperate with me today. I mean, I tried everything. Doesn't want to do anything. Doesn't want to show itself. Nothing. So now, here we are. But just to be on the safe side, it wouldn't hurt just to check, right? See. Yep. It's dead. It's dead. Doesn't want to be seen. I think I can hear a dog barking outside. Alright, so now let's just get back to work. Okay, so that part's the eastern side. Okay, so now... Whew! Yeah, so now... This is more of a chill stream. Xbox wants some beauty sleep today. Echo Moth, I'm not playing the Xbox. I'm actually playing the PlayStation. But is it your Xbox that you're mentioning? I guess you could say, but if you actually meant the PlayStation, then yeah, for some reason it wants some beauty sleep. Beauty sleep as in, like, dead. As in it wants to sleep forever. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of... Oh, no. No. I thought I heard you said it was an Xbox. No. No, I meant the PlayStation. Oops. It's fine. It's cool, dude. It's cool. So, if you're wondering, Echo Moth, what have I been doing since, well, for in Kingdom Hearts 2? Hold on. Let me answer your chat. Brain does not want to work today, I guess. I mean, you just gotta relax, you know? I mean, once you relax, then I'm pretty sure you'll be up and running, if you know what I mean. Because, I mean, on my end, like, some days I feel like I don't want to work because, I mean, sometimes I wake up, you know, wishing that I want to stay in bed for as long as I like, and then I realize, oh no, I got bills to pay. No. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it just happens to me too. You know, sometimes I would, you know, screw things up, but ew, bills and adult stuff. Yeah. Hashtag the struggle. It's called being. Yeah, that's yeah, that's that's the cons of being human. You know, when you grow up, with great power comes great responsibility. A little quote from the great late Stan Lee. It was also used in the Spider-Man trilogy, the one with Tobey Maguire from back in like 20 years ago. Sad I wanted to be a mod so I don't have to pay to literally exist. Well, at least being a moth, you don't have that the thought of or the concept of money. But I guess in a way, like the only currency would be just to find food. But unfortunately, well, like other bugs, yeah, it's not really fun. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a moth, to be honest. I mean, it's just that, yeah, I get killed. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, I mean, if I were to try to be a moth, I mean, I can try to pretend to be a butterfly, but I don't think the girls would be into that kind of thing. Some girls would just see me as just, you know, an imposter. Most moths don't usually have mouths. That's why they die every few weeks. Ah, yeah. Let me build some glass walls, just in the ceiling, just so that I can go to sleep in the game. Though, let me just replace the bed. Get the bed. Here we go. Yeah. White bed. I mean, it's just only for the white bed. Good night. Yeah, most moths don't usually have mouths. Ugh. Yeah, then how do moths eat? How do they survive? All right. Now I gotta put this back in the bed. Whew. Okay, so that's south, and now we're heading east. Oh yeah, Echo Moth. Have you ever thought about becoming a butterfly? I mean, like if you were like to become a butterfly, like would you be able to like use that ability to get away with a lot of things? Like let's say do some moth stuff that that humans don't see. So yeah, you be caterpillar, eat till you fat and chubby. So chubby that you make a cocoon for long sleep. Then you wake up, poof, moth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you had to be kept hitting, but if I were a moth, like I would paint myself to look like a butterfly, just so that I don't get squished. You know what I mean? Like if I could be a farm moth, for real moth, I would just chill in someone's house. I mean, yeah, that's the pros there that you just listed, Echo Moth. I mean, that's something that you can easily get away with, and as long as you're not seen, then you'd enjoy the food, as long as no one's home, get away with it. I guess that is one way I can consider that to be a pro. Uh, Consider that as a pro for being a moth. Just when no one's home, you just eat up all the food and drink as much as you can before the humans or even the predators um, show up. More background music. Hold on. What animal would I be? Let's see. I would see. I mean, I could try to be like a bird, because because I get to travel to many places as much as I can, and as long as I'm away from humans and predators, then I should be fine. I mean, not just some random bird, but the type of bird that would just fly far away places, but not like pigeons, because pigeons suck. In fact, pigeons they just they're of course they're like rats with wings, or even seagulls. They're also rats with wings. I mean, I had this thought that like every time when I see a pigeon, I would just whack those pigeons. But the question is, do you get do you get hit back? As in, like, do they attack you for like swinging at them just because you don't like them? But for the record, like I would either probably be either a blue jay or a hawk. or falcon. Or even an eagle. But not a vulture, dude. Vultures are terrible. They're actually decomposers. You know, they just prey on the dead. Yeah, I think I reached the end here. And that means I've reached Northeast 100th Street. And that Northeast 100th Street is this eastern end of Mushroom Kingdom County. It's this anywhere beyond that, I cannot go any further. I mean, for some reason, Minecraft has limits to how many blocks and how long can I stretch out from the point of origin to the outer perimeter. But this is as far as I can go. And now, let's go back out west and repeat the process for Northeast 45th Avenue. Yeah, this is the best way that I can move quickly. You know, back towards the west end of the city. But tomorrow I hope to get the PlayStation fixed, and if it's not fixed, then I gotta figure out how can I either get it fixed off stream or save up for a new PlayStation 5. I mean, I did have a PlayStation 5, but that was my brother's. Now it's in Kansas City. Outside of Kansas City at a military base, but right now, all I can say is that it was fun while it lasted. You know, the PlayStation, my brother's PlayStation 5. But yeah, like I said, Echo Moth, I would probably be some bird, but I've crossed off pigeon or seagull or even vulture, because those are the type of birds I don't want to be, because they're awful. I could either be a blue jay or a hawk or a falcon or an eagle, but maybe an albatross I can be. Just as long as I can travel far distances and even migrate to the tropics or subtropics during the winter months. I'd say I'm gonna enjoy let's say Brazil, yeah, in the months of December, January, and February, and then move back up north so I can enjoy the weather, the warm weather during the summer months in the northern hemisphere. Yeah, the sun is setting right now in the city. That should be fun, interesting, yeah. So, Echo Moth, did you do anything today? Like, I mean, I know that you had some family issues, but Did you like other than that? Like, did you went outside? Did you like play video games, or just went out to eat at a nice restaurant, or maybe hang out with real life friends? Well, for me, all I can say is that I just went shopping, even ate Chick-fil-A for lunch. But I might get but for dinner, there's a chance I'm gonna have spaghetti with shrimp. I went on a small bicycle ride. Oh, nice! That sounds fun. Echo moth riding. Oh, damn! I think I saw a mosquito like in my like, in, like right in front of my eyes. They're so annoying, so bloodthirsty. They're like vampires. Yeah. So, let's see. Since you went on a small bike ride, I actually went on a small bike ride myself in the Catskills. I mean, it's quite small, but it was totally worth it. Yeah, but I might be back in the Catskills during my Labor Day weekend, but I don't know. I mean, it just depends, because my brother's gonna be back home, and which means that I gotta get ready, and just just for him to chill, so that we can catch up and even eat out, all that all that jazz. And then if we do end up in the Catskills, I'll ride my bike even more. Just one more before the weather gets cold, or maybe do it again in the tropics sometime in the middle of winter. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I mean, for the record, like I was planning on going to Kansas City myself, but however, since my bro's going to end up in the later part of August, at the end of August, all the way towards the beginning of September for Labor Day, I figured, well, I might as well just hold it off until probably my week off on the last week of the year. I'm thinking about it, but no guarantees though. Ugh, I hate those noises. All right, all right, I'm back. Okay. So, Echomoth, just a question. Like, would you ever thought about being a mosquito, or would you still be committed to being a moth? Because all I know is that mosquitoes, they're like vampires. Well, only the female ones are like vampires. There was this show called The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy from like back in the mid to late, like right in the 2000s, and there's this character named Dracula. And the funny thing about him is that he said things like, Dragonite don't suck. That's a myth. Dragonite scrape and lick. Scrape and lick. Scraping and licking. I mean, there is an adult joke to that. Like, Dracula doesn't suck. He actually scrapes and licks. Because according to what Dracula said, it's a myth. And it kind of sounded like as though it's pronounced differently from myth. Scrape and lick. Scrape and lick. I mean, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the show Echo Moth, that was a show pretty much just almost your time, but not like just about like the last 2 years it was your time, but before that it wasn't. Going back to like 2001, and there was plenty more of it afterwards. Look at that horse. It's eating all that grass. The sun is rising in the city. It is currently, well, it's almost 7:30 p.m. And for those of you just tuning in, welcome to the stream. My name is Marlon. This is episode 50 of Mushroom City of Minecraft. If you guys were hoping for Kingdom Hearts 2, unfortunately, my PlayStation is not acting right. It doesn't want to be seen. I mean, I did turn on the PlayStation. It was on, and it was even connected, both HDMI and as well as the outlet, but unfortunately it still won't be seen. I checked the plugs thoroughly, plugged it off, and then plugged it back on, still nothing. Which is why you guys are getting Mushroom City in Minecraft right now, and as you can see, I'm actually cloning the streets, the avenues and streets right now, just every 5 of them, just so that we can start filling up the city with streets, just so that we can start building districts and subway stations all across the city. But just to keep in mind, folks, it will take about a couple streams for that to happen. Because after all, Rome wasn't built in a day, if you know what I mean. And yeah, as you can tell, since this is the 50th episode, this means that I've done 50 streams worth of worth of this. So where are we right now? Okay, so we are basically somewhere along northwest 45th Avenue, and it's about 4.5 miles north. Hold on a minute. Oh, kind of spooked me a little. It startled me. So what I'm trying to say is, folks, is that like the northwest 45th Avenue, it's just north of downtown, but right now we are just on the western side of the city. And we're pretty much close to Northwest 20th Street, but right now, well, we're not even there yet. We are, yeah, right around, I think it's Northwest 35th Street right now, I would assume. And the time that we'll be streaming, ending the stream, is 8 o'clock, which means that we have less than 30 minutes of streaming. Then we get to the weather topic of the day. So for the weather topic of the day, I have thought of something. But unless if it stops, unless if it's slip out, well, if I forget. But right now, that's what I got, folks. Little piglets. Okay, I think we are at Northwest 30th Street. I can tell we're getting close. We are just 2 miles away from the northern end of the city, and boy, am I wrong about the whole thing. We are not at Northwest 25th Street. We probably at Northwest 35th or something Street. Maybe a little off, but we are getting close though. Yeah, the AC is on, which means, well, because, you know, it was hold on. It was getting, like, really warm to a point where I'm like, oh, it's getting too hot. Whew. go. Just a little bit more. Ah, I keep speaking too soon. Man, there's just so much that I'm doing right now. Yeah, I mean there's a chance that in the future, weather topics of the day, that I might mention past storms like Katrina, Sandy, Harvey, and especially Helene. Oh yeah, and especially any tropical storms whose name gets retired, even though it never reached hurricane status at all. It just depends on the intensity of the storm, as well as costs, and how many lives were lost, and all the damage, all the property damage and such. Yeah, I can only remember storms from like some of them in the 90s and a lot in the 2000s. Because I pretty much grew up, learning about those type of storms. Yep, okay, so we are officially at Northwest 25th Street. Okay, well, now that we are, okay, we're still at Northwest 40th Avenue. Now we passed Northwest 20th Street, and now we're going into Northwest 15th Street. Approaching Northwest 10th Street. Then on to Northwest 5th Street. Then on to North Mushroom Road, which leads to the city center. Now we cross into, now on the northeastern side, we're at Northeast 5th Street. And then we are approaching Northeast 10th Street. 15th Street's coming up. Okay, now I'm gonna duplicate this thing. So we move on, press forward. Alright, keep on doing this. Thought there was a bug. I just hate bugs. Yeah, the sun is setting right now in the city. Yeah, I would lose count uh, in a place like this on the northeastern part of the city. Right, here we go. Yeah, I think I can hear background music, folks. Hold on a minute. I realized that I forgot to turn on the mic. I deeply apologize for that, folks. I mean, because sometimes background noise, it's so annoying, and sometimes I would forget things. Yep, I keep on forgetting things. So annoying. Here we go. Yay! Oops. Ugh. Keep screwing with me. The sun is rising in the city. It's almost morning in the city, though. Only 11 more minutes of the stream to go. The sun is getting bigger. It's coming. How bad can it get? It's gonna get hot. Super hot. Oh, why did I do that? Every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't want to lose it again. But I'm not like that. Baby, when you finally get to know somebody, guess what? It's gonna be May. Oh, I mean, save that until 10 months from now. Then, GT would start popping up, with his NSYNC. I hear background noise. Alright, we're back. Apparently they were all tuned in to NSYNC, except they want to censor me. I mean, I don't think you can get into trouble just because you're just acapelling one verse of a song, right? If I get a strike from that, then it's not really that there's something wrong with me. It's actually what's something wrong with Twitch. Or with the whole system. In general. So annoying. I keep twisting my leg. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Hold on to your underwear. Hold on to your underwear. It was quite off key, actually. My part. Let me try that again. I'll never get it right. Oh well. I'll never get it right. This is fun. I got it from one of the commercials. But you know, I do weather, and I like to have fun at the same time, you know. Just trying to keep things fun as much as possible. Sometimes it does get boring here, become a lackluster, but at the end of the day, at least I'm here trying to keep you guys entertained as much as possible. If you guys are entertained, awesome. If you're not, I'm sorry. No background music, because background music is what they want. It's what the status quo wants. It's what the man wants. The man wants background music to be played so that they can give me a copyright strike, just so that they can kick me out. It's like, this is how they want to pay their bills. This is how they get paid. They get paid not really to check, but to really come up with something just to make up an excuse just to screw with me. You know what I mean, right? It's like a conspiracy made by the insiders. The Illuminati is watching us. Beware the Illuminati. Sorry about that. They may be onto us. The Illuminati. They may be onto me. The streams. They're sending a bunch of people just to get close to where I live, make noises on purpose for as long as possible, just to a point that they break my will, and to end my stream, all for just that. The longest background noise ever, and most likely it would be the very people who know about my stream and know exactly what time do I start and end. That's what they want. That's what the insiders want. They want to get inside my head. They want to infiltrate through my streams. Try to hold on a minute. Okay. Yeah, I am gonna talk over because I don't want the Illuminati to win. They're after me. It's a conspiracy. They want to eliminate me. They want to eliminate my streams because they know the truth. Oh my god, no more background music, please. That's enough. Screw the very people who want to screw with me. You screw them. They have no lives. They're a bunch of low lives that just want to take it all out on me for no reason. Just because they don't have lives. I think maybe that's a way of them trying to hold on a minute. Yeah, there's just too much background noise. So I'm gonna mute the mic for a little bit. I think the Illuminati has finally caved in. Oh wait, I think I spoke too soon. The Illuminati is still persistent as usual. I'm gonna try to find the right time for me to do the weather topic of the day, as long as the background music is turned off. I don't want any of the weather topic of the day to contain background music of any kind. Hold on a minute, folks. Give me a few minutes. Yeah, I think the background music is gone. Good. Good riddance. Good riddance. If you know what I mean, folks. Yeah, because, the Illuminati is not going to get away with it. They got to pay up. Bigly. Bigly. Alright, so it is 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For those of you just tuning in, welcome to the stream. I'm also sorry that you guys are catching me at the end of the stream. I mean, I'm just heading westward just so that I can just leave it at that. Right now, we are somewhere along Northwest 40th Avenue, and that is where I'm going to do my next row of avenues, and along with just to the south, Northwest 35th Avenue, and we're pretty much getting close to. Well, we're not getting close. We're just. We just got a long way to go. Just so you know, folks. I mean, because this project. It takes a while. It takes about a couple streams, and then after that, just about probably by the end of the summer, we'll definitely get started with the city. Yeah, we'll create new neighborhoods, fill up subway stations, build an airport. A lot of exciting things happening in the coming days ahead. So stay tuned, folks, on an all new. So, what will happen next time? Will there be an airport? Will the subway station be completed, as well as the rail system nationwide with the Bullet Bill Express and the commuter rail? Can it be done in time by the end of the year? Find out next time on an all new Dragon Ball Z. Not really Dragon Ball Z, but more like on an all new Mushroom City in Minecraft. Dragon Ball Z parody. Alright, so here we are. This is Northwest 40th Avenue. I'm going to leave it right here. Now, let's switch gears to here. Okay, so now let's do the weather topic of the day. So, the weather topic of the day that I have in mind, just as long as there is something like right around here. Just give me a moment just to pop up, what is the weather topic of the day. Or, better yet, maybe I can switch the scenes to here, just to give a better indication of, what to do. Let me see. Limousine. Yeah. Here we go. Just bear with me, folks. Here we go. And what it looks like. I don't know if this is okay, folks. This one here. But regardless, this is something that I've been thinking about doing. But I want to take a closer look, though. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Okay. So let's do the weather topic of the day right about now. Okay. So basically, what we have here is that the weather topic of the day is, what is a weather inversion? Weather inversion, also known as temperature inversion, occurs when a layer of warm air sits above a layer of cooler air, which is the opposite of the normal atmospheric temperature profile. This means the air temperature increases with height rather than decreasing as it usually does. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because this is a SKU-T model, and where it starts at the bottom, that's where you would see that the temperature profile is showing that the temperature is increasing with height. Yeah, might not do that. Yeah, I'm gonna try something else. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's try again. Take two. A weather inversion, also known as a temperature inversion, occurs when a layer of warm air sits above a layer of cooler air, which is the opposite of the normal atmospheric temperature profile. This means the air temperature increases with height rather than decreasing as it usually does. So this right here is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what temperature inversion looks like. Okay, so now that we got that done, now let's try to wrap this up right now. Switch to this scene here, and just zoom out. Alright, folks, I will see you tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. Maybe we'll play Kingdom Hearts tomorrow, but if the PlayStation insists on not cooperating with me tomorrow, we'll play another Mushroom City in Minecraft tomorrow for episode 51. Alright? Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. And until then, hit me with a follow. Turn on the notifications while you're at it, just so that you guys will know when I'll be streaming the next time. Whether if I make it to 6 to 8 or not, the notifications will speak for itself rather than my announcement. Alright? Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there no matter what the weather. Peace out, everybody. Signing out.